शिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ श्लोक 24 पुत्रवित्रादयो भावा यस्य शेषतया प्रियाः द्रष्टा सर्वः प्रियतमः सोऽहमित्यवधारय परप्रेमास्पदतया मानभूवमहं सदा भूयासमिति यो द्रष्टा सोऽहमित्यवधारय। So 24 and 25th to be read together because it contains the same meaning. In fact, the extension of 24 is 25th, especially the second line of 25th. So what did you see yesterday? Atma as Ananda Swarupaha. Sat and Chit we have seen. In yesterday's the 24th shloka, Atma as Ananda Swarupaha. It is a self Anandaha, not dependent Anandaha. I am the source of the joy. I have Purna Ananda Swarupa within me. So that we saw. I will not explain again. Sarva Priyatamaha. All the Anandas put together is in me. Just as, you know the example, the dog bites the bone piece. And when the dog bites the bone piece, it thinks that the blood is coming from the piece of the bone. But it is from its own mouth when it bites the bone from the teeth because of the too hardness. In between the teeth, the blood will ooze out. It thinks it is Ananda is coming from the bone. So we are all doing the same mistake. We have Ananda, but we have imposed the Ananda on something outside and think that from the object we are getting the Ananda. And once this Drashta Sarva Priyatamaha, he is Ananda Swarupaha. In the 25th verse, he says, I am the dearest of all. I, the self, the consciousness, is dearest of all. Whenever I say I am the dearest of all, I want to exist for a long time. When I say I am the dearest, I have a feeling to exist for lifelong immortality. Who thinks to die early? Everybody wants to live for long. Let the entire world die, but I should increase it. There is one word, play out. Leave out. I should leave out all of you. Shakespeare. Outlive. I should outlive something. I should outlive all of you. It is always a struggle. The moment when the body is sick, struggle to come out of that. When the mind is sick, struggle to come out of that. So even what we do after we die, means the Jivatma dies, without knowing this Jnanam, if Jivatma dies as Ahankara, we are all thinking now this body is me, right? When we die, in that context, what we do? We want our name to be there for long. We keep our name for the grandchild also. Grandfather, father, son, son's the son's a son, name will have grandfather's name. So much abhimana for name. If that is not possible, then we want to keep our name in the donation board. Okay. We gave so much donation. Abhimana for name. Even if that is not possible, name for the organization itself. So and so donated the land. Entrance in the gate only in a black marble piece, they write contributed by so and so. This Tata has gone long back, but he wants his name. Or let us arrange a memorial lecture series in the name of Dr. Saram Visvesvaraya. We want to live for long. Nobody wants to go away immediately. That means what? That Ananda, that Sukha, the love for me is more than outside. Only by ignorance, we have shifted the self Ananda, the conscious self Ananda, in the Mamakara Ananda. Outside we have put, thinking that from that object, person I am deriving happiness. The more we derive happiness from outside, we should know that we are dogs biting the bone. And thinking that blood is oozing out from the bone piece. We are no less than a donkey or a monkey or a dog. All humans, all of us. Monkey because mind is extrovert. Donkey because no buddhi. Dog because pleasure. Think. So in the 25th sloka, Shankaracharya says, Drashta iti. Everyone thinks in this way. In what way? Mana bhuvam. I should never die. I should never disappear from the world. Let the world disappear. I should outlive. If everybody thinks like that, that is why greed has come up. Everybody wants to secure themselves. Every family, don't you think, all of you will think, my family should be secured one. Don't worry, I'll come to ashrams also, have some patience. Every family thinks that my family should be secured. 2022, Shubhakrit Nama Samvatsara. It is Shubhakrit. Wait for some time. Because the Raja is Shani. Mantri is Guru for this year. If Shani is Raja, how do you think, even if it is Shubhakrit, it will be? ತೆಲುಗು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಮುಂದುಂಡಿ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಪಂಡಿತ ಅಂತ ಹಾಗಾಗತ್ತೆ. Same thing will happen. Senadipati is Buddha. So Guru is neutral between Shani and Buddha. What will he do? Shubhakrit Nama Samvatsara. So all of us want to secure our house, our education, our salary, money, everything. Everybody has his or her own savings, her own dealings. Same with respect to ashrams. Our ashram should prosper. Every ashram will think that ashram should have more devotees, including our ashram. And everybody should give funds accordingly. Without asking, people should give funds. We also tried for 5 years without asking. Kadavul did not help us. Ingena tani ponga velila diksha bedanga kelanga. Go out and ask. So anyways, we have left many things during sannyasam. So another 3 only we have to leave. So we left that also. We'll go and ask. Yeah, sannyasatale we have promised many things that I don't want this, I don't want this, and I don't have many. So 3 things only we had, but that also we will leave. So everybody has that. Why did I tell our ashram? Because since I told all of us, we are not to be frank, we are one of the best ashrams. But yet, to bring you all under one umbrella, I just told. We are far, far better. So, drashta iti manabhuvam. Everyone will think I should. So, in the remember yesterday's class, the mean is loved. Mean means not mean. MEANS means. The mean is loved, and the goal is loved, and finally, I am loved for myself. Means is loved for the goal. Goal is loved for me, that is I, and I am loved for myself. And what do we think? Aham sadam bhuyasam. I should exist all the time. I should never die. I should exist all the time. Iti soham avadharaya. Everybody has or having this feeling. So this, why Shankaracharya is bringing this shloka? He is telling this is Ananda Swarupa. I want to live long is in the form of Ananda. I want to go out, enjoy different places. Alaska, இந்த கீன்யால ஒரு பிளேஸ் இருக்குது. என்ன பிளேஸ்? ஒரு ஃபாரஸ்ட், வெரி ரேர் ஃபாரஸ்ட் அது சொல்லுவாங்க. In that place in Kenya forest, a lot of zebras are there. This is from Discovery Channel. And what is the specialty of the zebra? On the stripes of the zebra, there are white black is there. No? 52 stripes are there, it seems. And one stripe is not similar to the other. And that you can find in Kenya itself. So people from nature lovers, from here they take visa and go there to see what? Zebra stripes. Zebra stripe ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾವೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹಾಕೊಳ್ಬೋದಪ್ಪ ಅದು ಅಲ್ವಾ? Think the craziness of the mind. You think I want to enjoy. That means what? Ananda is within me. But wrongly we have exhibited outside. It is there in the stripes of the zebra. We have wrongly thought. Think. So, aham sada bhuyasam iti soham avadharaya. May you please know you are Sat Swarupah, Chit Swarupah, Ananda Swarupah. Continuation. 26th shloka. Yaha sakshi lakshano bodhaha Sampadarthassa uchyate. Sakshittvamapi bodhritvam Vyavika Avikaritayatmanaha. Okay. So last 2 concluding shlokas, 26th and 27th, is the concluding shloka of Tvam Pada. What is Tvam Pada? Tvam is Jivatma. Discussing that, don't forget. Tvam is Jivatma. And this Jivatma, Shankaracharya is continuously telling, is Sakshi Rupaha. That Tvam itself is consciousness. Tvam padartha is sakshi lakshana bodha. See the shloka. Tvam is equal to Tvam padartha sakshi lakshana bodha means original consciousness, the witness consciousness. Even during activity, Atma doesn't undergo any change. Any kind of activity, sacred or religion, secular, Atma, the consciousness, will never undergo any change. Avikaritaya bodhritvam. The simple shloka, easily understandable. Avikaritaya means it is a witness consciousness principle which doesn't undergo any change. It only illumines. Bodhritvam means illumines. Illumines every change in the object, but it is unchangeable, immutable. Simple shloka. Next, 27. Dehendriyamanah prana ahankritibhyo vilakshanaha projjita shesha shadbhava vikarastvatpadabhidah. Because since he is now concluding, the idea is the same. He is consolidating what he discussed until 25th shlokas. So 26, 27 is the repetition. He wants to wind up Tvam-pada. Again, I, the Sakshi, the consciousness. He says what? This Sakshi Chaitanyam, it cannot be separately seen. This Sakshi Chaitanyam cannot be separately seen or shown by the Guru or Shastra. Physical separation of Sakshi is not possible. You cannot go to a shop and ask, hey shopkeeper, can you please give Sakshi? Not possible. Maybe in North India you can go and ask, because most of the girls' names are Sakshi. But they won't be Sakshi, but their name will be like Sakshi. So you cannot go there and ask, or you can ask the Guru or the Shastra. Take out Chandogya Upanishad. Hey Guru, may you please show Sakshi here? Not possible. It is not an object. But this Sakshi is mixed up in 4 components. This Sakshi is mixed up in 4 components. Sthula Sharira, Sukshma Sharira, Karana Sharira, and 4th one. 4th one ಏನು? ಭಾರ್ಗವಿ ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡೋಣ, ಇದಲ್ಲೇ ಡೌಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. 4th one ಏನು? ಸ್ಥೂಲ ಶರೀರದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸ್ಥೂಲದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಕಾರಣದಲ್ಲೂ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನು? ಚಿದಾಭಾಸ,
ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬ ಚೈತನ್ಯ.
ಚಿದಾಭಾಸ, ಪ್ರತಿಬಿಂಬ ಚೈತನ್ಯ. So the Sakshi is mixed in all these 4 components. Separating the Chit from Chidabhasa is tough, not possible. If you have to separate it, intellectually only you have to separate it. Physically, separation not possible. Please understand. Sakshi cannot be physically separated. Only intellectually, in the form of understanding, it has to be separated. You separate intellectually only as I am the witness of all these 3 sharirams. That is the separation. Tvam pada bhidah. Tvam, the meaning of Tvam, that is the Tvam pada, is abhidah. Abhidah means pure consciousness. OC. Properly you write OC. OC means original consciousness. Don't take other meaning. Tvam pada abhidah. And this original consciousness is vilakshanaha. Vilakshana, we have seen many times, is separate from, Vilakshana is equal to separate from what? Dehendriya manah pranaha ahankritibhyo vilakshana. Easy to understand. Deha, body, indriya, sense organs, manaha, mind slash buddhi, pranaha, ahankriti, ahankara, vilakshana, jnanendriyani, panchakarmendriyani, all is separate. Vilakshana. And not only it is separate from all this, it is free from all kinds of modification. Projitaha. Projitaha means free from. That original consciousness is free from shad vikaraha. Projita shesha shad bhavaha. Sheshaha means modification. Shad bhavaha, change of modification. Projita shesha shad bhavaha. Modifications, most of you are asti jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate punashyati. Should I repeat or you all know it? Asti jayate vardhate viparinamate apakshiyate punashyati or virashyati. These are the 6 modifications of what? Of the body, mind, but not the Atma. So never try to see the consciousness. You cannot separate the consciousness, nor you can see intellectually how to understand. That's all. So projhita shesha shadbhava vikaraha tat tum padavidaha. Okay. 28th. Tvamartamevam nischitya tadartham chintayet punaha atadvyavrittirupena sakshad ಏನಿದೆ okay sakshad vidhimukena cha. So we have completed tvam padartha. Now tat padartha. The Mahavakya tvam is over. Tat is starting from now, from 28 to 36, 8 shlokas. Now with respect to tat padartha is equal to Paramatma, the Bhagavan, the Lord. Shankaracharya talks or explains about both Vachyartha of tat and Lakshyartha of tat. Vachyartha meaning direct meaning of tat Paramatma, and Lakshyartha implied or indirect meaning of tat Paramatma. But whereas in Tvam, he did not do the Vachyartha, he did only Lakshyartha, if you remember. Shankaracharya did not take up the topic of Vachyartha Tvam Padarchara. Why? Question artha agidre ನೀವು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. In for Paramatma, Shankaracharya talks the topic or starts the topic with both direct meaning and indirect meaning, Vachyartha and Lakshyartha. But Tvam, he takes only Lakshyartha, indirect meaning. He doesn't take direct meaning. Why?
Because that sakshi cannot be perceived through the senses.
Because we
It's
always
the
think
experiencer.
You said something, what? See, here Deepika said
direct means
Vachyarthatvam is already experienced as a body-mind complex. Why one should say that Vachyartha you are body-mind complex? Shastra need not tell. It is already our experience, isn't it? So only Shastra has to direct to us which you are not. That is Lakshyartha. And direct meaning of the individual is not spoken in Veda. Only Lakshyartha is being spoken in the form of Mahavakyam. But whereas Tat Padartha, that is Paramatma, both Vachyartha and Lakshyartha Shankaracharya is talking, because in Veda, both this concept is spoken about. As Vachyartha, Tat is Ishvaraha, as Lakshyartha, it is Brahma, Brahman. When I say Ishvara, it is Saguna Ishvaraha. With Lakshyartha, the same Ishvara can be called as Brahman also. That is why he wants to introduce that topic. Now, this Saguna Paramatma and Nirguna Paramatma. Saguna Paramatma can have direct meaning, and Nirguna Paramatma will have indirect meaning. And how many components Paramatma or Ishvara has? How many components the Paramatma or Ishvara has? All care of Tattva Bodha. One should master Tattva Bodha, or else every Prakarana Grantha will become new for all of us. If Tattva Bodha is not mastered, how many components does Paramatma have? 5 components. How many components each
24.
has? 5 only. You know, 5 minutes ago, current varalana appo door open. Paramatma has 5 components. One is Shariratrayam. That is, for Paramatma we call as Prapanchatrayam. Sthula Prapancha, Sukshma Prapancha, Karana Prapancha. And 4th is Macro Chidabhasa, Samashti Chidabhasa, Samashti reflected consciousness. And 5th, what is the 5th? For Paramatma, Stula Sukshma Karana Prapancha is there, plus macro reflected Chidabhasa is there. 5th is original consciousness. Similarly, for Jivatma, we have Vyashti Prapanchatrayam, Stula Sukshma Karana Vyashti Prapancham, and micro Chidabhasa, Vyashti Chidabhasa, and Vyashti consciousness. Correct?
Consciousness.
Consciousness, very good. It's not Vyashti or Mag, it is just consciousness. Good, very good. So micro and macro is only with respect to the Prapancha and Chidabhasa.
Reflected on the
How can you say consciousness is that consciousness is reflected is nothing but Chidabhasa? So 3 components, Vyashti and Samashti, and Vyashti Chidabhasa, Samashti Chidabhasa, and consciousness is one in both cases. So Shankaracharya says, he introduced the topic of Tat. How nicely he says, Evam, in this manner, Evam. In this manner means from 11 to 27, every serious Vedantic student should arrive at the conclusion, Tvam Padaha, Tvamartham. He should come to the conclusion that Pratham, that I, the consciousness, Nischitya, the meaning should be clearly grasped. Without a doubt, you should never have doubt. If somebody asks who you are, if it is in a school or college, while writing the application form, if somebody asks what is, you write so and so name. Don't say there, Satchidananda Swarupaha, Aham Brahmasmi. Don't write in the application like that. Then you will not get seat. There you write so and so name, but lakshyartataya, you are Purna Brahma. This is a fact. So you please understand, nischintya, and recollect. Punaha punaha. Punaha punaha chintayet. Reflect it again and again. Go to your green room if you have. Green room is nothing but your private room. Go to that and reflect on all this every day. I am free here and now. I am free here and now. After coming to this knowledge, then tadartham chintayet. Then come to the concept called tat padartha, that is Paramatma, chintayet. May you analyze. And when we analyze tat padartha, two methods I have told. One is indirect method and direct method. In Sanskrit, the indirect method is called as Nishedha Vakya Pramanam. Indirect method is called Vishesha Vakya Pramanam. Nishedha Vakya Pramanam. And direct method is called Vidhimukha Vakya Pramanam. Or Vidhimukha, don't write Vakya because still we have not come. Vidhimukha Pramanam. And still technically, Brahma Sutra says indirect method is called Atadvyavrittihi. It is there in the second line of the shloka. Atadvyavritti Rupena. Tad means Brahma. Atad means non-Brahma. That is the indirect method. Atadvyavritti Rupena. Sakshad Vidhimukha Mukhena cha. Vidhimukha is equal to direct. Atadvyavritti is indirect. This is the introduction for Tat Padartha Paramatma. Next, 29. Nirasta Shesha Samsara.
Nirasta Shesha Samsara.
Dosho Stuladi Lakshana.
Dosho Stuladi Lakshana.
Adrishyatwadi Gunakaha.
Adrishyatwadi Gunakaha.
Parakritatamo Malaha.
Parakritatamo Malaha.
In this shloka, an example for indirect method of Paramatma is given. Indirect method of Paramatma is given. Indirect method is called Nishedha Pramanam or Atadvyavritti Pramanam. Please register this word in your name. Shankaracharya will talk only in this from now on. So you should remember. Indirect is equal to Nishedha Atadvyavritti. And the 30th shloka talks about the direct method or positive method, which is called Vidhimukha. And here in the 29th shloka, Shankaracharya quotes two Upanishads. One is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad and Mundaka Upanishad. And the quotation itself is in the form of a shloka here. This 29th shloka is a direct reference of two Upanishads, bodily lifted and just placed here. And the Mundaka Upanishad reference is 116, chapter 1, section 1, 6th mantra. And Brihadaranyaka Upanishad reference is 388, 3rd chapter, 8th section, 8th mantra. Into details because better. You should go there, open the book. When you are making notes, write this shloka there. But still, on compassion grounds, I will tell. But ಎಂಟು ಪಾಠ ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಬುಕ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಆಗೋದು ನಾಳೆಗೆ ತೆಗೆದು ಅಂತ. So Mundaka reference is 116. Yattad agreshyam agrahyam agotram avarna chakshuh tat panipadam nityam vibhum sarvagatam susukshmyam tad avyayam Yadbhutayonim paripashyanti dhira. Now I'll tell what is that. And what is this indirect method? In this way, the Upanishad will try to negate all that which is not Brahman. That is called as indirect method. Negating everything and saying Brahman alone is. Because any attribute or a property should belong to an object anatma, but not to the atma. Entire creation is negated, but I, the creator, cannot be negated. I, the negator, is always left out from further negation. If I also have to be negated, then where is the self? Then another negator should come. And if another negator should come, means whether he is subject or object. So I always will now here in this shloka, second line, Mundaka Upanishad, this Paramatma or the consciousness is free from all kinds of adrishyam. Yes, that adrishyam means it cannot be perceived. Adrishyam, agrahyam cannot be grasped. It, can you see second line of the shloka? Adrishyatwadi gunakaha. Thampada easy, tatpada salpa kashta. Technical ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕು. Yastad adreshyam agrahyam agotram. Agotra means no origination. I am talking about Mundaka mantra. Agotram avarnam. No, avarnam means no properties. Na chakshuhu na shrotram. No eyes, no ears. Then deaf or dumb, don't ask like that. Tat panipadam. No hands, no legs, etc. Nityam vibhum. Nityam, eternal. Vibhum. It is diverse in manifested ways. Sarvagatam, all pervading. Susukshmam, very subtle. Tad avyayam, undecaying. Yad bhutayonim, cause for all the bhutas or the source of all the bhutas. Dhiraha paripashyanti, the knowers of Brahman will think that they are of all this nature. This is Mundaka. Now come to the first line. Here in Brihadaranyaka, 23 negations are given. 388. I will not say 23 now. Please go through it, is nice. 23 negation. Brahman is not that, Brahman is not this. It keeps on negating. And then everything is left over. And then say Brahman is this. Astuladi lakshanaha. First line, last word. Astuladi lakshanaha. This pervading consciousness is free from all kinds of attributes. Astuladi, gross, subtle, etc. And the mantra ends in Brihadaranyaka like this. Na tadashnati kinchana, na tadashnati kaschana. So you can refer in case if you want to go through and refer. And Parakrita tamo malaha. It is free from that is free from tamaha, ignorance, and malaha, impurity. Remember, ignorance is also an object of perception. Isn't it? Ignorance is an object of perception because we all have ignorance full. And we have to do the operation, and that operation is called, Swami Dayananda Saraswati says, ignorancodectotomy. You have to do that surgery. We can see, I am ignorant of that, I am ignorant of this. We say, enakku idu theriyadu, adu theriyadu. So this is one way of negating the creation. Every attribute is negated and the negator is retained. Next 30th. Nirastatishayanandaha
निरस्तातिशयानन्दः
Satyah prajna vigraha
सत्यप्रज्ञानविग्रहः
Sattasvalakshana purna
सत्तास्वलक्षणः पूर्ण
Paramatmeti ge.
परमात्मेति गीयते.
Now Vidimukha Pramana reference. Positive definition of Brahman. And here in positive, we again divide it into two. Again, we divide into two. Don't get confused. And this we have already spoken in the first class when we saw the Mangala Shloka. What is the Mangala Shloka? Without seeing the book, may you all see? Tell me, let me see. No, see the book. Mangala Shloka. Sargastiti Pralaya Hetumachintya Bhutim. Akasha. ಆಕಾಶವನ್ನು ನೋಡೋರು ನಾವಲ್ಲ, ಬೇರೆ ಯಾರು. Hindus will not see at sky. Anyways, controversial topic. So Vidhimukha. This Vidhimukha is also into two. One is Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana, which I spoke on the first day. I will repeat it again here because the shloka demands. Swarupa Lakshana of Vidhimukha is direct description. Tatastha Lakshana of Vidhimukha is indirect definition. I am not at all understanding, Swamiji. All confusion. What is Swarupa Lakshana of Brahma? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyoman Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha. This is Swarupa Lakshana of Brahma, Taittiriya Upanishad. Sat Chit Ananda Swarupaha is the Swarupa, my own nature. And Tatastha Lakshana is you create a world or you introduce a world and make that world as karyam and have the karanam, the cause. Present the world as a product. Product is karyam. And for the karyam, there should be a cause, the creator. And Jagat Karanam Brahma. Remember the first shloka. I told this. Nirasta Atishayanandaha. Come to the shloka. Nirasta Atishayanandaha. So direct description is given. Atishayanandaha means gradation of happiness. Here happiness is in the form of a pleasure, because we cannot enjoy the happiness just like that. Explain happiness. Maximum, what can you say? It was a pleasurable moment, you will say. And this pleasure is a part of the mind. Pleasure is always a part of the mind. And this pleasure is a conditional ananda, because it is a dependent entity. Any ananda is a form of a pleasure, and that pleasure is a conditional ananda, because it experiences. Taittiriya again. Anandam brahme divyajanat anandadhyeva kalvima nibhuta nijayante anandadhyena jata nijivanti. Think. But what Vedanta is talking about, it is talking of atishaya pleasurable ananda at all. And just you had the 5 points for consciousness and have repeat the same 5 points for ananda also. Now I will repeat without getting irritated. Repeat along with me. Real Ananda is not a part, product, property of the. Any Ananda, when you say this Ananda is experienced, then it is partial Ananda. And that person will have name as partial Ananda. Is not a part, product, or property of the mind. Real Ananda is the independent, which real Ananda is an independent entity which pervades the mind. Wrong. ಗೊತ್ತು ಅದೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಕಾಪಿ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪನೂ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದು. ವಿಚ್ ಪರ್ವೇಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ವಿಚ್ ಲೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್. ಲೆಂಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ವರ್ಡ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ವಿಚ್ ಲೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಮೈಂಡ್, and by lending it is called as experiential Ananda. If you don't complete the class now, then we will not have Ananda Swamiji. Third point, real Ananda is not limited by the boundaries of the mind. All the other Ananda is limited by the boundaries of the mind. The real Ananda continues to exist even after the disintegration of the mind. Real Ananda is not available for experience, not because it is not there, but because there is no medium to experience. So the real Ananda cannot be experienced at all, because you are that. It is your Swarupa. If anybody claims or says that I have experienced the real Ananda in the form of Brahmananda, Turiyananda, it is what? In my words, it is Mutthalananda. It cannot happen. It is a bluff. If somebody says, I have experienced Brahmananda, state of liberation, it was full Ananda. It is a part of the mind. It is an experiential divine Ananda. I experienced Lord. It is a part of partial Ananda. Maximum, what can a devotee say? Or a yogi can tell? I experienced the Shiva Tattvam, Devi Tattvam, Ganapati Tattvam. It is a part of the mind which is a partial Ananda. That real Ananda has to lend the existence of Ananda to this limited mind. Never and ever one can say that I experienced Purnananda. Purnananda is only in the form of Jnanam. Appreciating this knowledge is Purna Jnanam, but not Ananda. How many books we have? Many books we have only on this Ananda. Think. We have deviated from the original teachings of the Shastra. Somebody claims some book is Pramanam. God's sake, who knows what book is that? Atishaya Anandaha is Purna Anandaha, whereas all other Anandas are gradation Ananda. Somebody a couple of days back had called me. Hey, I'm getting a lot of sannyasi names. That is why I want to share it with you. Gradation Ananda, Purnananda. He said, very evolved soul, okay? I'm just sharing with you. He said, Swamiji, I have been doing so and so sadhana, and I want to come and meet you, and I'm ready for sannyas. May you please give me sannyas, he said. I said, okay, let first we will have discussion. First round interview we should happen, na? Round 1, round 2, round 3. Then first phone call, you see now interview and all is very nice. They don't come and meet directly. No Gurukula system, no Guru Shishya relationship. We will have a video chat. Round 1 is video chat for what? Sannyasa. Will it work? said if this kind of attitude you have, then you are not eligible. You should first come and approach. You should know, I should know who you are, what is your background, what is the sadhana you are doing, from which parampara you come from. Think. Anyways, so I remembered all those names when that person asked. So Purna Ananda is not possible. So Satya Prajna Vigraha. It is the nature of Satyam. Satya means existence. So remember the 5 points for existence, same thing. Replace with Ananda, existence. I will not repeat. And Jnanam means Chit Swarupaha. Same points of consciousness, may you please add. Vigraha means Swarupaha. So that Paramatma is the nature of Satyam, Jnanam, and Anantam is Ananda here. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam of Taittiriya Upanishad. And Chandogya Upanishad, 6th chapter. Sadeva Magra Somya Idam Asit Ekamevad Advitiyam Brahma. So if all these are there in your mind, you can connect. Or else everything will become jigsaw puzzle. Purnaha. Purna is Anantaha. Limitless. Paramatma iti giyate. Giyate means Vedas have declared that these are the definition of Paramatma. Paramatma iti giyate. That Paramatma is Satyam Jnanam Anantam. It is the direct description. Direct description is Swarupa Lakshana. We are talking about direct description. 31. Sarvajñatvam Pareshatvam Tatha Sampurna Shaktita Vedai Samartyate Tasya Tad Brahmetyavadharaya. Now the Karanam, that is Tatastha Lakshanam, is described here. The Tatastha Lakshanam is divided into two: Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. Upadana Karanam and Nimitta Karanam. What is Upadana Karanam? Material cause. Nimitta Karanam is intelligent cause. Material cause for a gold ornaments is gold. Material cause for golden ornaments is gold. And Nimitta Karanam is the goldsmith. And generally, the material cause and the intelligent cause are different. I have discussed all this. At exception cases, everything will be one. And we saw the example of a spider. Spider is the both Nimitta and Upadana Karanam. So Brahman happens to be the Nimitta and Upadana Karanam also. So the 31st shloka talks about Brahman as Nimitta Karanam. 32nd shloka talks about Brahman as Upadana Karanam. And I also said in the first class, every product needs knowledge, skill, and power. So Bhagavan has got all these three. Hence he is called Sarvajñatvam, Sarvashaktiman. See there. Sarvajñatvam and Pareshatvam. Pareshatvam is the skill and power. Infinite skill he has. Sarvajñatvam is the all-knower. Tatha Sampurna Shaktita. The Lord is endowed with all types of skill. This is Saguna Brahman. Swarupa Lakshana is over. That is Tatastha Lakshana. Tatha Sampurna Shaktita. Vedaihi Samartyate. This power of Brahman, that knowledge, skill, and power, can only be known through scriptures. Vedaihi Samartyate Yasya. The glory of Ishvara, the Srishti Karta, that is Ishvara, can only be known through the scriptures, not through science. Science can never come in the field of Veda because they only deal with sense organs, matter. So asking for scientific knowledge of God is nonsense. You can never ask because it has only 5 indriyas working. Science will work only under the purview of only 5. Shabda, Rupa, Sparsha, Rasa, Gandha. But this is Shabda Pramanam. Veda is Alaukika Vidya, Shabda Pramanam. Only there you have to search for God. A textbook which will not discuss about God, you cannot go there and ask a scientific knowledge or a scientific explanation. So here you have to come and ask, how did the creation happen? What is the power of the Lord? So Sarvajnyatam Pareshattam, how, with what skill the Bhagavan created. All these are discussed in the scriptures, be it Veda or Itihasa or Purana or the second scriptures. May you inquire into that. Tad Brahmetyavadharaya. May you please assert this knowledge. Okay, we will conclude here. Om Sham Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrutyorma Amrutam Gamaya Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.